Ah, the world of YouTube, where heroes are born and legends are made, or so we thought. Enter MrBeast, the so-called philanthropist who once upon a time was all about changing lives with grand gestures of generosity. Remember when he used to make headlines for giving away insane amounts of money or planting millions of trees? Yeah, those were the good old days. But now we get Lunchly, the latest in a series of increasingly questionable decisions that make you wonder if he's more interested in lining his pockets than actually making a difference. Let's dive right into this glorious train wreck, shall we? Lunchly, what a name, right? Rolls off the tongue just like the buzzwords they probably brainstormed in some boardroom. But don't let the catchy name fool you. This isn't about providing a nutritious option for kids. This is about squeezing every last drop of profit from a fan base that's already starting to lose faith. And who does MrBeast team up with for this grand venture? Logan Paul. Yes, that Logan Paul, the one who's more known for his controversies than his content. Because when you're sinking, why not grab onto another sinking ship for good measure? Lunchly is being marketed as a healthier alternative to Lunchables. But let's take a closer look at what's really inside this so-called improvement. We have Prime, a drink that's loaded with caffeine, because that's exactly what growing kids need, right? Nothing says parent-approved lunch like a beverage that can cause heart problems, anxiety, and sleep disruptions. But hey, it's got electrolytes and B vitamins, so it's totally healthy, right? Then there's Feastables, which is just a candy bar in disguise. Sure, they slap on the word Feastables, make it sound wholesome, but it's basically sugar wrapped in chocolate. But don't worry, they've added some wheat crackers, turkey, and cheese slices to round it out. Because when you think of a balanced meal, you definitely think of processed meat and crackers. Now, let's not pretend that Lunchables were the pinnacle of health. They're not exactly known for their nutritional value either, with their high sodium content and questionable ingredients. But Lunchly isn't just a competitor, it's a step backward. It's like saying, hey, this trash isn't quite as bad as that trash, so eat up. And that's the problem. MrBeast isn't interested in offering something genuinely better. He's interested in slapping his name on a product and selling it to the highest bidder. But what makes this all the more infuriating is the timing. MrBeast's reputation has taken hit after hit recently. From allegations of running illegal lotteries to accusations of employing unsavory characters, his brand is tarnished. And instead of addressing these issues head-on, what does he do? He distracts the public with a shiny new product, hoping that we'll all forget about the mess he's left behind. It's a classic bait-and-switch tactic, and it's insulting to anyone who's been paying attention. And let's talk about Logan Paul for a moment. This is a guy who's been at the center of multiple scandals, from his infamous video in Japan's suicide forest to the recent CoffeeZilla drama over his crypto zoo project. His track record is hardly one to inspire confidence. So when MrBeast decides to partner with him on Lunchly, it's not just a business move, it's a statement. A statement that says, I don't care about my reputation anymore, as long as I can make a quick buck. But here's the kicker. MrBeast and Logan Paul actually think they're doing something good. In their minds, they're providing a service, offering a better alternative to Lunchables. They've even gone so far as to mock Lunchables on their official Lunchly website as if their product is some kind of revolutionary advancement. But here's the thing. Both Lunchly and Lunchables are bad. It's like choosing between two poisons. Neither option is good for you, and both are ultimately harmful. What's particularly galling is the way MrBeast tries to justify this mess. He claims that Lunchly is healthier because it has fewer calories and less sugar than Lunchables. But let's be real, this isn't about health, this is about money. If MrBeast truly cared about offering a healthy alternative, he wouldn't be pushing a product that includes caffeine and sugar in the first place. He'd be advocating for real nutritious meals, like, I don't know, maybe a sandwich made at home. It's cheaper, healthier, and doesn't come with a side of corporate greed. But the irony doesn't stop there. MrBeast is quick to defend Lunchly, but where was he when people started calling him out for hiring alleged predators? Where was his defense when people questioned the ethics of his lotteries? He's silent when it comes to the real issues, but suddenly finds his voice when his snack empire is under attack. It's almost as if he cares more about his bottom line than his morals. Who would have thought? And then there's the public reaction. DanTDM, a creator who actually has a conscience, called out MrBeast for what this really is, a money grab at the expense of his young, impressionable audience. DanTDM, who has over 28 million subscribers, wasn't afraid to speak the truth. He pointed out that Lunchly is nothing more than a way to sell crap to kids who don't know any better. And guess what? His tweet got more likes than MrBeast's original announcement. That's right, more people agreed with DanTDM than were excited about Lunchly. If that's not a sign that something is wrong, I don't know what is. But of course, Logan Paul had to jump in with his 2 cents. He tried to defend their venture by saying that YouTubers are just trying to build businesses, because apparently selling unhealthy products to children is the same as building a legacy. It's not about the fans anymore, it's about how much money can be made before the bubble bursts. Logan's response was so tone-deaf that it's almost laughable, except it's not. It's tragic. And the hypocrisy? It's off the charts. Logan Paul criticized DanTDM for selling toys in the past, as if that's somehow equivalent to peddling caffeinated snacks to kids. But here's the thing, those toys weren't going to harm anyone. They were collectibles, something fans could enjoy without risking their health. Meanwhile, Lunchables is actively harmful, and no amount of marketing spin can change that. Let's also not forget the other voices in this debacle. KSI, another YouTuber involved in this mess, tried to deflect criticism by bringing up DanTDM's past sponsorships. He pointed out that DanTDM once promoted a monthly snack box, as if that somehow justifies Lunchables. But here's the difference. DanTDM's sponsorship was 9 years ago, and it was a one-off deal. He wasn't pushing a product that he personally profited from, nor was he targeting it at a vulnerable audience. But KSI, he's literally promoting a product that he co-owns, and that's a big difference. And then we have the marketing strategy behind Lunchables. It's almost impressive in its audacity. They've positioned Lunchables as a better version of Lunchables, complete with flashy ads and over-the-top claims. They even had the nerve to say that Lunchables uses real cheese and higher quality meat, as if that somehow justifies everything else that's wrong with it. But let's be honest, these small improvements don't change the fact that Lunchables is still junk food. It's like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. It's not going to fix the problem. What's more, the entire premise of Lunchables is built on the idea that people need a pre-packaged, convenient lunch option. But do they really? Or is this just another way to convince us to spend money on something we don't actually need? In a world where making a healthy lunch at home takes less than 5 minutes, Lunchables feels more like a solution in search of a problem. It's a product that exists not because it's necessary, but because it can be sold. But perhaps the most frustrating part of all of this is the impact it will have on MrBeast's audience. He has over 300 million subscribers, many of whom are kids. These kids look up to him, they trust him, and they believe in him. And now, he's using that trust to sell them something that could harm them. It's not just unethical, it's downright exploitative. And where is YouTube in all of this? The platform that has built its brand on the backs of creators like MrBeast is nowhere to be found. They're not going to step in and stop this because they're too busy profiting from it. YouTube and MrBeast are interdependent, and as long as the money keeps flowing, they're not going to rock the boat. It's a sad state of affairs when the platform that's supposed to protect its users is more interested in protecting its revenue. So what does this mean for the future of MrBeast? Is Lunchables going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Will his fans finally wake up and see him for what he's become? A businessman more interested in profits than in people? Or will they continue to buy into the myth that MrBeast is just a guy trying to do some good in the world? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear, Lunchables is a mist.